Hello, welcome. All right, everybody, welcome to driver's education. And so hopefully you guys are all in the process of starting to get your license and get this all rolling. There's a lot to it. So if you can just bear with me for about 15 minutes while I kind of give you some really important instructions on how the class works, because it's a little bit different because this is the state requirement that it is to driver's ed. They are very rigid on how things have to be, okay, and how they go. So we have to do it through actually a different platform. The course, it's actually through Canvas. And so I'll go over that today. I'll also go over what you guys need in your steps to start getting your license. Because with this course being in play, you should be starting to do some behind the wheel time with your parents or guardian or a licensed person over 21. So we're going to go over all that, what the next steps would be after you finish the theory class and to get your license. Okay. All right. So as I said, just bear with me for 15 minutes and then we can ask specific questions from there and do technical issues if we have to have them. Okay. Right here. This is right here. I'm going to put a lot of stuff in the chat today. This is where you're going to go access your course material. Okay. So your course material will be on Canvas. How you log into Canvas. Okay. So for example, if I were to put that up here in my browser, it's going to look like this. You want your utahvirtualacademy.org email. And your password's going to be DriveFit. Okay, so let me go just back here. I'm just going to put this right in the chat here. DriveFit right there. Okay. Some of you guys should know what your Utah Virtual Academy email is. So if you go to your school email and you go to right to the top right corner, you click on the thing where it has your initials or whatever, it'll pop down and it will show you right where your email is. So it's going to be that link there, and your password is DriveFit. Okay. All right. So the K-12 OLS is going to be used still for your grade only. Okay. And for due dates. So for example, what I'm going to do here, if I click on plan, you're going to see here that we have the class introduction today, and that your first module, so there's 5 modules and a final exam in the course. And I'll go over that in a second. Your first module needs to be done by the 31st, okay? And then we have spring break, your second module, third module, fourth module, fifth module, and then your final exam, and then the block, okay? If you are a part-time student, this deadline moves up though. So you need to probably work over spring break to kind of get things done, because there's quite a bit in the course, okay? And I'll go over that in just a second. And you could go see, if you go to the modules, it'll show when it's due, and then I will be putting your grades in here. So do not look at your grade on Canvas. That is not your actual grade. Your actual grade, once again, is in the OLS right here. When you guys push grades and you see your grade for driver's ed, that's what it is. It's not what's on Canvas. They just don't mesh up a little bit, okay? And we have to do this because how the state has this course. The state made this course. I'm sorry, it's kind of not the most user-friendly, but this is what it looks like when you log into Canvas. So what I need you to do is everybody needs to try to log into Canvas. If you can't log into Canvas right now, then you need to stay after and I'll help you do that. Okay. Make sure everybody gets in. Okay. So some question, does coming to class affect your grade? No, it doesn't. Okay. Sometimes videos just go black. Okay. We'll have to kind of work on those and just kind of work through them. So if you get stuck on, and this is one point of emphasis, I say, if you get stuck on an assignment, like it says you have to do it with your parents or the link's not working, just move on to the next one. Okay. And then we can come back and look at it later if we need to, okay? So there's a couple things that are required in the class. One is the 0 fatalities. Okay, hold on. Let me back up real quick. Let's talk about getting your license first. Okay, so everybody should be at the point where you should have your learner's permit, okay? If you do not have your learner's permit, that's okay. You can stay in the class, but I really need you to get your learner's permit before the end of class, okay? The reason is because I cannot put your score in the state database and you cannot do the behind the wheel training there. So the end of the block ends about mid-May, end of May, when I need to put grades in. Okay. If you don't know, if you think you don't have, if you don't know you have your permit, then you don't have it. Okay. So what you need to do to get your permit, okay, is you need to be at least 15 years old. You have to visit the driver's license office. When you do it, they're going to take all of these things, exactly what I said in this link, okay? So you need to work with your parent to get that. You do have to take a test there, okay? It's based on the driver ed handbook. There is some places online where you can do practice tests, but you need to really just complete that prior to that. Yeah, the test is kind of the rules of the road, and then you'll get your learner's permit, and then you can start your driving with your parents. Because in order to get your permit by the end of the time, okay, you have to have 40 hours of driving with your parents. 10 of those have to be at night, okay, or a licensed driver over 21, okay. So if you have an older sibling or something like that that is willing to drive you, okay. So you need to get that, okay? And I also need everybody to fill out this form right here. Let me give you the little link in the chat here. Okay, right here. This gives me the information I need in order to put your stuff in the state database when you complete it, when you complete the course, okay? Because I'll put it in, and then whoever does your behind the wheel training, then you do that. Is that, yes, that's the same link that's in Canvas. Yep, it'll go right to that one. So I need that before I can put anything in. So fill that out, get that going. If you don't have your permit yet, still fill it out. Put this as to be determined, and submit it. And then as soon as you get your license, then email me, or I'll be bugging you at the end of class, when you pass to get it done. Okay. All right. Okay. So that gets us to that point. So learner's permit, you should have it. If you don't, get it soon. Okay. How it works is you get in here. This is what we'll show you. You'll have modules. And so you really want to start on your modules. Now, things are blocked out until you click this link. So watch this. If I click right here, okay, that opens it up, and I go back to modules. It opens up all of module 1 to start on, okay? See how these ones are blocked out? If I click on this, it will start all of module 2. So you have the ability, if there's an assignment you need to do with your parents, because quite a few of them are, and you have to wait, don't just wait, just move on. So you get a lot. So see how many assignments the state has you do? There's quite a few. So you need to get all of those done, and it takes a while, and it's going to take a little bit more time than you're probably used to in some of your other classes. Okay. Because this is supposed to be a 30-hour requirement. Okay. So that takes us to here. So I'm right on the driver's license division website. You have to get your learner's permit. That's the first thing. And here's the requirements. 30 hours of a Utah approved online course, okay, which this is, okay. Okay. Then you have to have 6 hours of behind the wheel instruction. You will do that at a location near you. So Utah Virtual Academy, we're all throughout Utah. Unfortunately, I can't go and drive. you guys in St. George and Vernal and all these other places. I'd be driving everywhere around the whole entire place. So you'll need to find either a district school, a charter school, or they have private driving schools that you can click on, and you could go and do the behind the wheel there. And then you'll, at the very end, you'll take your skills test. You'll have your 40 hours. You do your skills test, the driver's license division. And that's what it's kind of like. But that would kind of be the steps. So right now we got to really focus on just doing the theory class. One of the things that the state is now requiring, because of just how good it is to prevent accidents, is you have to go with your parent or guardian to a parent night. Okay. So these parent nights can either be virtual or they can be in person, just whatever you want. So you're going to get to this website right here. And here's the in-person one. So let's see here. Today's the 22nd. So they have one actually tonight at Weber High School. So if you live in Weber County, you could go to Weber High School and go to this. Here's one in Desert Hills, which I think is down south. One in Currican, one at Ben Lomond, Alta, Box Elder. Okay. So you can go to these in-person ones, or they have virtual meetings too. The biggest thing about the virtual meeting, okay, is you have to have your camera on, and both you and your parent have to be in the camera the entire time, or they won't allow you to do it. So to do that, to register for it, so like let's say I want to do the April 3rd one, I click on this, I put in my name and I register, and it will send me a link. Okay, I'm not the one that runs these classes. It's the Zero Fatalities. So you'll just need to do it there, and then you can actually download the workbook for that night and follow along with them. Okay, so that's something that you need to do. And then what they do is they send me an email of who attended those, and I can mark you guys off that you've completed it. Okay, so that's one thing that you want to be, I put up here because you want to do that as soon as possible if you can. Okay. Perfect. It looks like some people are going to the Box Elder one. That sounds great. Okay, so really it's just this simple. You just go in here. Canvas has it really easy. You're going to talk about the graduated driver's license laws. You just click the video right here. And actually, if you do take a quiz, it will actually have the video up here. So you could watch the video and then take the quiz at the same time. Okay. And then submit. Okay. So that's the kind of things that you need to do. There will be a little bit of writing in there and stuff like that. So just be aware. One other thing that people have hang up on, the way it's set up is that your final exam is worth 1/3 of your grade. So in order to pass, you need to take the final exam. Okay. So make sure you take it. It gives you a lot of points. And it will be good to go. Okay. All right. So that kind of has me go over everything that I needed to go over with you guys. What kind of questions do you have about driver's ed or anything like that that I can help you with, get you on the right path? Yep. You need to pass this to get your license. This is the part of the requirement. So if you look up here, the driver's ed, here's the requirements for, you got to pass a theory class, which this is the course that we're talking about here that we're taking. And then you got to do the behind the wheel training and then the skills test. Okay. Is there no penalty for missing an assignment as long as it's completed before the end of class? Yeah, but I would suggest, because depending if you're a senior or you're a part-time student, if you're a senior or part-time student, you guys really need to be done at the beginning of May. Okay. So really just work through that. I would rather see you get done faster rather than later. And I've had some people knock this out like in 2 weeks. It's off your plate. You don't have to worry about it. So I would suggest to to do that. But if you want to wait till the very end, just be careful to do a lot of work. Yeah, basically 1 unit a week. How I have it here is because it takes a little bit to get on and stuff, your first module or unit is not due till the 31st. And then we have them basically every week after that. I would work on it during spring break, especially if I'm a senior or part-time student. So then you could have it done by the 5th of, by the first part of May. But those that are not part-time students or seniors that are graduating or graduating early too, you probably have till about the 24th before I'll stop grading things. Okay, any other questions? Will any of the tests or final be in person or simply online? Okay, this part is just online, but you do have like the driving portion, right? Of course, that will be in person, but nothing for the theory course will be in person. It will be all online. Yep, no problem. Okay, any other questions? I know there's a lot to it because I always get, I would say over half my emails every day are about driver's ed. So I understand it is complicated of how it works, but you can go to the driver's license website, the DLD, to really learn more on this, or I will try to guide you through however I can. So, all right. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to stop the recording and then I can help with any technical issues if you're unable to get onto Canvas. Will there be weekly classes or only this class? There's only going to be this class. If you guys need help sessions and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to jump on and help you, or work through email, or however you want to do, or call you on the phone, walk you through something. We can work through all that, but we're not really going to have live classes. This is mostly just asynchronous. Do it there. Good question. Well, I got plenty of other classes if you want to take any of those. You just need to complete it. Yep. So it's based on 30 hours of work. I know some people have not taken less time than 30 hours, but it's supposed to be based on 30 hours. So if you're able to get through it faster, I guess good on you. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the recording right here. That was some